Don't you think you ought to tell me who you are first?
Why?
On a bright, sunny, or rainy day, I can listen to K Rene. Topics of the day: why sex don't match the love, our relationship sucks, why the boys play, experience immaturity, politics and currency gains, economics, Spotify it, you can find it, sign of the times for the deaf, dumb and blind. Don't miss it, call the number one, state your name and what's your interest. K Rene, K Rene, K Rene, K Rene, K Rene.
Hey, what up, everybody? So listen, what's going on is your favorite podcast host, K Rene, and I am saying a whole bunch of shit that a lot of people are afraid to talk about and say out of their mouth, you know, because they just don't have the motherfucking confidence, and I am a confident bitch. So I stands by what I say and what I mean, and I'm telling you how I feel, and I'm giving you all the ins and the outs and the do's and the don'ts and the what won'ts. I made that shit up. But anyway, how are you guys doing? It is a blustery cold motherfucking day in Maryland, and I mean not just by the motherfucking weather, but by the fucking fans of the Baltimore Ravens. It is, I'm telling you right now, when it is not, let me back up. When the Baltimore Ravens do not win the game, it is not a good day in Baltimore for Baltimoreans. I'm telling you right now, it's like a lot of dead birds around this bitch. Yes. Because you know what? Here's the thing, and you guys know. Before I get into it, let me tell you where to follow me at, if you will. Go over to IG, follow me at _K Rene Show. Also, YouTube, I'm there as K Rene Show. You can get the live version of this, and you can basically, you know, see me in action and whatnot, you know, and being a fucking fool. And also, if you want to email me, you can do that at kreneshow@gmail.com. And, yeah, here is my bottom bitch, Spreaker. She pushes all of my things out so they can go everywhere on all the platforms. So in case you missed any of the episodes audio, you can always go back. They also upload on YouTube. But guess what, bitch? Not, and I mean that definitely in a loving way. You can find me on all streaming platforms. I'm on Spotify, of course, as I said, Spreaker, iTunes, iHeartRadio, and Google, and Amazon, and Deezer, and wherever they stream podcasts, you are welcome because I'm there. So anyway, moving forward. Yes. Now, what I will do before I get into my rant is I am going to apologize because of the fact that I wanted to do this Saturday. I had so much shit going on Saturday, and I actually said in my mind, I said, let's do it on a Monday edition where they would have had a Monday night football game in the regular season, but now we're almost getting down to the motherfucking Super Bowl, which is next motherfucking weekend. So I'm just, you know, I'm giving entertainment so that you have something that you can actually, you know, listen to and all of those good things as far as, because it's Monday and what the fuck else is on Monday? You know what I mean? So basically, with all that being said, yeah. So as I was saying, the game, I watched the game. I'm not even going to lie to you all. I'm not a football person. And it wasn't that I watched it because I wanted to spread juju and bad energy throughout, and chanting in front of the TV. And I wasn't sitting here like, nam yo ring go, lose the game. But I already knew it was going to happen. And I didn't want to, basically put anyone down to the point of, not trying to rain on their parade. It did rain yesterday. It was so much about this fucking game. And, shout out to the Baltimore Ravens for getting this far. It's always the fact that they can get this far, but the problem is they never execute to go any further. And that is the problem that it happens. It doesn't matter what team, the older team, now this new team. Baltimore gets into their emotions and their feelings. That is the problem. And then when they start not focusing and making small mistakes, which turns into big mistakes that actually starts to cost them the game and plays. And, people now are talking about one of the officiators is one of those people, is a travel officiator that doesn't really call a lot of plays that should be called. And, it's always the aftermath that there's always some fuck shit excuses going on. They fucking lost. Good day, sir. It's a wrap. It's fucking over. It's nothing to dispute. They fucking fucked it up. And Flowers, I don't know what his little Mighty Morphin Power Ranger issue was, but the fact is, you taunting, and you shouldn't have, because y'all wasn't ahead nowhere within that given point. You should have laid low and chilled out. If you want to taunt, do it when you're ahead and on the board further than the visiting team. The bullshit on the field with Kels and another fucking player from the Ravens continuously, and of course he was going to get under their skin. The fucking city went to the effect of even taking polls, not stripper poles, none of that. Polls, not the North Pole, not your dick pole, but the polls, POLLS, on the radio to not play Taylor Swift's music while she's here. Are you fucking kidding me? She ain't strapped up on a team with the fucking Chiefs. She's basically out supporting her man in the fucking box. Now, what I will say is I heard a lot of people were commenting as more so complaining of the fact that they were tired of her being shown a lot throughout the course of the game. And I'm sure that can get a little annoying. I don't even think they were showing like Tony and the other dude he officiates with, much. And they're the motherfucking ones that are part of the actual fucking, commentating. Like, who gives a fuck? Every time they score or whatever, they don't need to pan it, but it's a money thing. And you better understand that this girl has raised money for the fucking NFL. I can't wait for the breakup song. It's coming because I love, and I don't care who it is and who's sharing it. I love to see it. But, we already know Taylor's motherfucking history. Taylor don't know how to keep no motherfucking man. It's always something. Like, it don't stay, it don't connect. Now, the dick is probably good as far as right now for what they're probably in lust with and everything. And she shared the little kiss with him on the field. Remember, he did have a black boo, okay, before you, Taylor. But yeah, I don't have no hate towards Taylor. I don't. But for y'all, you really do. You do. You really motherfucking do. In other news with Baltimore, because Baltimore has been on some crazy shit, this week, every year, all the time. But, we're going to get all the way into it. And, in case you missed the episode last week, the catfishing and the rants that I went on, I hope you appreciate it. You're welcome. I called out a couple of people that was not being showing, their charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent, just being straight cunts. And, I've been Cat Williamsing this week. I really have been on my Cat Williams. Last 2 days, everybody has been getting the Cat Williams out of this Virgo over here. I've been telling motherfuckers what it is, because what I don't want is I don't want to have an unnatural allegiance to losers. That's unlike me. And that's why I told y'all last year, and I wasn't bringing that shit with me in 2024. So let's get into, can we fucking just, selling 25 or 624. I really enjoyed seeing that. I like that little Amazon commercial. Waking up to splash my face. That's my shit. Okay, I'm sorry. Let's get into it. We should, right? Yeah, we should. We fucking should.
Won't you tell us all about it?
Start at the beginning.
Yeah. And when you come to the end...
Stop. See? Yeah, man. Stop. See? So, yes, let's bring it in. And we're going to shimmy on down. Now, okay, so the Ravens are out. The cool thing, though, about that game was really no bullshit. I appreciated how Lamar caught his own goddamn throw, like his own pass. Like, he was like, I got it. I'm going to come around and get it. I got it. I'm going to do what I got to do. Baltimore, Krishan Rock, what the fuck? Baby girl. Baby boo-boo. I am praying for your son for protection over his whole little life right now. I don't understand how this generation of these young Thundercats, Thundercats. No, what are y'all doing out here? This is a really fucking serious question because I am so confused. The relevant, that you gotta stay relevant in every fucking thing, every motherfucking minute. This fucking world is already fucked up. Whatever he does, he destroys. Like he said in Rocky 4, if he dies, he dies. I don't understand. Every time y'all post, it just makes me not want to go back on the media. It makes me want to come around where y'all live with hot belts hanging around my neck so I can whip your ass. Because this motherfucking whole face of blue face on your motherfucking face. Are you kidding me? Now, we already knew as good girls back in the day, do not put no motherfucking body's name on your fucking arm. I have my name on my arm. I have my son's name in Arabic, because it is an Arabic name, which it means friend, on my other arm, but it's written in Arabic. But when people even see my name on my arm, like Kelly, I don't even answer. I be like, I don't know who the fuck they're talking to. And unless I'm on a meet and greet, and I want you to know my name, you don't know my name. No. And I will lie unless it's something I want you to know. As far as if I even want to have a conversation with you, then I'll be like, yeah, that's me. I'll be like, that's one of my cousins that passed and I wanted to represent. Fuck it. You know what I mean? But you putting a nigga face on your motherfucking face that don't even got shit to do with you. I don't understand. And that's how my son was in the kitchen yesterday. He threw up all over in the trash can. You know what I mean? One of the things I feared as a parent was, and this is before I even got pregnant, had my own little baby boy. It was the fact of how, as a mother, am I going to clean up, throw up? I don't even like to throw up. But the fact that I was like, oh shit. And it was, that woo, baby. It was like a fountain pouring into the trash can. And I was just right there patting his back like, it's okay. You got it. Mom, my son's a Leo. Thanks so much for taking good care of me because I know you love me. Yeah, I do love you, kid. And you threw up in your Crocs. and it did a little splish splash on the bottom of my pants, but mama got it. Let me give you that good old black household medicine, that we keep, that good old ginger ale. It cures all the illnesses. Because that's what we said when the fucking corona came out. We was like, we gonna drink some ginger ale. The lies that you tried to shit. If you did other shit back in the day, take them Flintstone, yes, lead vitamins. We all got a little dose of lead because we drunk from the water hose from, lead pipes. We shared the water fountains at school. Little punk ass kids. They can't even do all that, because it's all about gentle parenting. Fuck that shit. But anyway, I was looking for mood music. That's what I was coming to do. Yeah, that's where I was at. So yeah, when did we make this shit? And who started this? Who started it? Of course I'm a Virgo. Because I keep receipts of everything from 1989. Of course I'm a fucking stripper. Because I'll tell you I'm single until you pay me. Who started this? Of course I have ADHD. Oh, I don't need those socks anymore. Who started this trend? Because, it's so popular and everyone now has one to make for everything. And, damn, of course I'm a podcaster. Because I like to talk shit about things that I feel as though that people won't say out loud, and I do it for them. Of course I'm a black podcaster to do my own show, because I have mental illnesses sometimes to the point where I've had it treated, but I know how to talk within as myself, especially in a third party. What? What the fuck? Yeah, oh my God. Okay. Anyway, again, you guys. In other news. You know what I can't stand? I can't stand watching, that came out weird, I can't stand watching people support Trump live on TV. Especially that Blackie Black from South Carolina. Like, every time he talks, it just reminds me of me looking at Steven from Django when Miss Your Candy came home. I miss you like a baby misses Mammy's titty. I miss you like a hog misses slop. Like, that's what I feel like every time he talks to him. I'm just trying to do the Lord's will and work. Nigga, if you don't sit the fuck down with them motherfucking hungry hippo fucking teeth and fucking... man, we're in trouble. I keep telling y'all this every fucking week. We are in trouble. We got 3 troops of our own that were shot by some kind of drone in their sleeping quarters. Really? Okay. Biden's being backed up by the American auto workers, because he was on the picket lines out there, standing in solidarity with them, like, hey, I'm gonna need some votes. Like, this is like the first I've seen of him actually doing something in the campaign world, but all right. Trump has to pay $83 million out. Like, where are we? I feel like I'm on a GPS. Where are we? Where are you? Like, you stand in front of the elevator and they be like, you are here. And you're like, I just need to know where the emergency exits are so we can get the fuck up out of here. If I got to get up out of here, I need to know which way to go. Which way to go, George? Which way to go? Oh, man. I'm just tired of people picking and choosing when they want to invite me to things. I really don't have the time for it. And then when they don't want to have me involved, when they do want to have me involved, I don't have time for you're in my life, you're not in my life. I'm too old for this, getting too old for this shit. I am old for this shit. And I don't like petty invites either. A conversation still needs to be had, bitch. A conversation still needs to be had. I'm not just feeling comfortable and inviting and I feel pretty. Oh, so pretty. I don't feel real I don't feel like that. I feel like Anita. I feel like I could be in America, America. No, everyone there would have moved here. Yeah, I don't want to. Nah. Oh. No, I'm not. I don't want to do that. I don't have time for it. You got the wrong number. You got the wrong number. Okay, yeah, actually, yeah. But yeah. Anyway, so it'll be San Francisco 49ers and the Kansas City Chiefs, and with special player on the side, Taylor Swift. Anyway, like I said, you ever look at bees? Like, really, honestly, you ever really look at bees? Because I was watching the Nature Channel the other day, and it could have been a vape vibe, but they don't really look yellow. Like, yeah, they're black, but it's not really giving yellow as the second color to me. More like a dusty brown, like a gold. It's more like this golden color. The honeycomb is more yellow than they are than the fucking bee. I was just thinking, I need to go see a bee in real person. Like, when they come back out, not by them being confused by this fucked up weather. Because we just had 75-degree weather in January on Friday. And that shit was very motherfucking interesting. But we had that kind of crazy fucking weather when 2020 was here and the pandemic hit. That's why we, are so fucked now. We can't really keep up with time. We can't really keep up with the times. And then the way that things are, sometimes it looks really gray outside. And, but anyway, I was just like, wow, interesting. But yeah, my son got sick and he shook that off like a soldier. He was a champion. He was like, what's for dinner? I'm like, let's just do the ginger ale right now. Let's see how we feel later. How about we do that? You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Billie Jean? Yeah, so anyway, Saturday, I went to a vision board party and I got an answered prayer jar as a keepsake. It was in total full effect. Mimosas were flowing, jumping off, had some really nice women in the group, really met some really cool, nice people that I didn't know. Excuse me. It's that coffee indigestion. And so, I had a good time. I had a really fucked up, horrible date. I'll tell you a little bit about it in a moment. But I really, like I said, I had to kind of, remember, like, wanting to be more vulnerable and then putting myself in other situations around people. I'm really a people person. I'm not really an introverted type of person. I am more of an extrovert. I don't have a problem of talking and, really taking a room over, if you will. But, it was, like I said, it was a good, like, little get together. My friend hosted, which was also, she's from Washington as well. She used to be my neighbor across the street, but she's no longer there. But I actually am friends with the lady that lives in her home. And so, yeah, we're really good friends. And so, yeah, I really enjoyed myself. I really did. I did a really good little vision board. I think I just need to kind of keep it in my face, so I know remember what the vision was all about. And, so yeah, it was good. It was good. But, yeah, just saying, it's just, yeah, but yeah, in other news, Jess Hilarious from Baltimore is now officially gonna be one of the other hosts for The Breakfast Club. So shout out to Jess Hilarious. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I think there was some shit going on where I think she basically did like a premature announcement about it, and people were kind of pissed off with her about that. Like, you just can't win for losing around these parts. And but I get it, as a way of releasing information. It's a way of doing things. And I think sometimes we jump the gun and just from excitement, things of that nature. So, yeah, cool. But anyway, I just want to tell my little quick date story, and then I'm going to get into the topic at hand. Because we got a battle going on, it's a feud going on, and it has been an ongoing feud in households for years. So I'm going to get into that. But can I get into the story? I am. Okay. So without basically telling, but so much. All right. I was on the fence debating back and forth. I wanted to go out with this ferocious Leo. And, the sassiness and everything was there, very earthy, nice looking, kind eyes, I would say. And, I was like, the conversation was okay, but it was more so the lack of retaining information when I would say it. And then I felt like I was repeating myself a lot, like I was talking to my child or my driving school students. Like, I just told you, motherfuckers. But anyway, I went to go play pool. I haven't played pool in 20 years, okay? 24 years. It's been about 24, 25 years. I used to play a lot when I was younger. Don't ask me as far as the strategy for what I have. I just know angles, and I do not call pockets. I am not that type of girl with the pool. But it was cool in the sense to kind of get out and do something as a not a physical activity, because this shit... Oh, Lord. Anyway, I'm not even going to get into that because that's not even what this topic is about. But let me just say, it was the most annoying date ever. If you want to hear more about it, I will break it down more on my K Rene Show live edition on my YouTube. So make sure you follow over there. But let's just say from shooting pool, a couple of games, and Coronas in the air, and I've been blocked now. So now I am no longer, my number is no longer in service. And so I will not get through, no text messages, no phone calls, none of that. So like I said, it was a horrible date. I will give more of the story on my YouTube page. So make sure you follow and definitely enjoy it. But yeah, I never knew I would be in an environment, and don't get me wrong, I have nothing wrong with the Hispanics whatsoever, but it was just like, I felt like I was at work and trying to just communicate and, tell them what was going on and what was needed and on my end. So anyway, moving right along. Today's topic at hand that I really wanted to get into, it's all about the fact of the grandparents. And it's the grandparents versus the grandparents. Meaning of the simple fact that, do you ever notice how there's always a lot of negative talk about the father's parents versus the mother parents, the parents of the mother? I mean, is anybody ever hearing how they're more so rooting for the father's parents as the grandparents versus the mom's parents? And I'm just trying to figure out basically what it is and why does the male side get more negative vibes and energy and down talk as opposed to the woman's side. So let's discuss this. And if you have any feedback and comments about this, please let me know below. And again, like I said, make sure you're following so you will be alerted to when the episodes drop and, just being able to comment and participate, because I can't talk to you. I can't call you, call me when you need someone to talk to. Call me. Okay, I'm sorry. Anyway, so grandparents, mom's versus dad's moms on dad's side. Again, like I said, catching hell. And it's because, why? Because he was the sperm donor. And this man put your little baby girl in a position of, as if it was his fault that your daughter got pregnant. Now think about it, because I know that they both were in agreement to having a freaky deaky y'all can't see me sessions all throughout the week, the nights, the day, in the closet, wherever. You know, like 112 said, we can do it anywhere. So, being that, again, it's still the mom's, you know, will to be more safe, be more careful, just be all you can be. And as far as it's still, again, the responsibility of the man, dad, who, you know, again, is knowing that he's supposed to do what he needs to do. Was there a discussion discussed between the two? Did they basically have an agreement as the parties involved that they said, listen, if we have a little slip up or an issue, we're going to raise this child and we're going to do what we need to do? You know, because these are the things that I think parents don't understand when it comes to their children having babies. And of course, no one's in their bedroom talking, pillow talking with them, involving themselves with their children's relationships. They're grown people. And this is what you did. You helped them to navigate through life. You gave them the tools to be a young, mature, responsible adult. Correct? Correct. Now, let me speak on my side personally. My family side is more involved than my son's father's side. And it's true. Because, you know, if I ask my son what his grandparents' names are on his dad's side, he will tell me that they are called Grandma and Grandpa. Okay. And I'm like, do you ever ask? Did you ever care? Did you ever try to, you know, maybe understand? And even though, again, I am, you know, one to have known the parents, because I used to date his father when I was like 19 years old. So with that being said, by me, you know, dating him back in the day, I did know their names, but I would get their names confused too, because they all have M's, all of them. So, you know, even down to their children. So with that being said, you know, I now know and remember their names and knowing within to decipher between the two. They're also older than my parents, so they don't drive as much anymore. They don't have, I think, enough energy to entertain either. And I think being my son is like the second youngest grandchild, because they have a great grand, and then they have great, I think, a couple of great grands or whatever, or one. And then my son is their last, you know, the youngest grandchild. I am also the black sheep baby mother for this family, meaning that there was no involvement at all with my son's father and I. We weren't in a relationship. You know, one thing happened and here we are, and that was that. And so it was a clear dark night, a clear dark moon. My Benji was on the street trying to consume. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just at the east side. I'm sorry. It's like little ghosts come through me from the West Coast, and I'm like, y'all know I'm doing a goddamn show. Don't do that, you know. Anyway, I went Warren G. and Nate Dogg. I'm sorry. I'm back. So, with that being said, I don't come to functions. They don't call me. I don't talk to them. I know that it's not my place to be there. You know what I mean? And I don't know if any of you can relate. Maybe, you know, you all are all great with the other side of family, even if you're not with the child's father. Again, I didn't want to be with him. That was not, no. Obviously, I didn't, especially when you get older, you grow, you mature. I was 20-something years ago, and obviously I didn't want to be with him then because it was too much of a problem and the relationship just wasn't working. But I'm just in hopes that they don't treat my son like the black child. He is a black child, the black sheep grandchild, because of this. You know, my thing is this, as I stand on it to this day, I didn't break up nobody's happy home. I didn't come in being a home wrecker. That was never my position. I didn't play that position. I had a one one night only. It was a situation that happened, and and I have the blessing of my child. And bada bing, bada boom, there you go. Not getting back into that story, because I already did that story on a whole nother show years ago. Check season 8 or somewhere in there. But other than that, with that being said, it's just the place he doesn't go to often, and meaning that I cannot call them or put them down like it's an emergency contact or anything to help in case they can't reach me, they can't reach his dad, whatever the case may be. They don't live as close. My son doesn't call them. They don't check for him. It's not, it's not that give and take that's there in that relationship. When he sees them with the fact that he sees them because his dad goes to his parents' house and he's with him at times when he goes to visit. In other news, on my side of the family, my side, my mom and my stepmother and my dad, they're a little bit younger than my son's grandparents on his dad's side. They drive still, even though my dad is not here. He still gets around. They all have part-time jobs. Yes, they still work for me or they work other places. My mom, she cooks often. And again, it's kind of like the simple fact of, because of them being more involved, my son knows every last one of them on my side of the family. He knows my stepmother as a grandmother. He knows, of course, my mom, my dad, and they talk to him and they do check for him and they do more. But you see how the flip side is here. We can't always be barking as to say that it is the dad's side that's not more and so involved, because I know for me, being that I only have one child, and if he does have his own kids, I will be involved, because see, my personality is, and the way that I'm set up is, I am still going to feel as though I'm going to be getting around and, still staying energized. I have energy for days. I continuously keep doing things and, keeping myself afloat. I work out. I want to keep myself healthy. I want to be able to, not have so many ailments and pains. And I know, even though with growing older, it's going to come. It's just natural. But, I want my son to know, within me being a part of his life and being able to show him that the grandparents of my parents that raised me and, again, are involved in my life, I need him to know that there is some kind of strong bond and connection, at least within one side of the family. But what I don't appreciate is that it's always a negative light looking in on the father's side. Because I know of fathers who have great parents, who are great grandparents, and are more involved. And I think it's because of the fact that when you see that flip side, and depending on the age of these young parents today, sometimes their parents are still young-minded, and the way that they act and execute and have involvement, it's still very hit and miss. And it's not as strong, and it's not as to a point where you're feeling a security, let alone that they're missing the bond with their grandchild. Could be even their first grandchild. It could be their fifth, but each one is going to be different. And the factor is that I think sometimes it's always that mom or the parents, the dad, or whomever, the family, let's just group them into one, is trying to encourage that young mother that's carrying that seed and has to experience motherhood for herself, as to know that yet and still we're here, but you're still going to have to be strong within the do your thing as well, because this is now your baby. I think sometimes they get a mixed message when it comes off from the mothers, especially for the simple fact that some of those moms of the young mother are just bitter and may just not like who they chose as their child's father. They might be looking as far as in outside, of course, that's where they stand, outside, looking in as to think that he should be doing more and, she'd have never been in this position if he would have X, Y, Z. And it's like they never place the blame on that fact that it takes two to do this horizontal dance. And yes, your daughter is involved in this same fucking salsa. So why is it that, again, are you holding grudges and holding the grandbaby in the middle? Because it's not a good place to be. I think, especially if you are a young parent and you have older parents, I think those parents should be encouraging you and holding you and using, as far as the tools of the whole village. There's got to be some kind of understanding within both sides. There's going to have to be, and there will continuously be, a connection to both sides. As long as that child is still here and living, they're going to be in the middle where they're supposed to be having love and support from both. It should never be a fact that anyone's pointing fingers and taking blame, but I do know that a lot of men get a lot of bad slack, and the fact that is they're not doing enough. And I think sometimes we got to really look at those parents, the moms of those who are still young, of that mother, that still want to go out and live their life and be on their best bullshit. It's just like as we as parents have to change our lifestyle around because of the fact that we're about to bring a little one into the world that's going to be relying on us. And they're going to be looking for us to make sure that we do what we got to do to protect them in this crazy fuck world and show them everything within the tools and guiding them. And yes, it is important that both sides play this position. But I do know of some great fathers that have great parents that are involved in their grandchildren's lives. And instead of you wanting to chase a man around and be outside at night, not getting into anything but bullshit and bad behaviors, I think it's time to maybe start trying to help to lead in the example of being able to be responsible. Showing that to your daughters, mom. And especially if you have a granddaughter, again, this is the steps of generation, people. You're going to have to lead by example. And in order to do that, you got to get out your fuck life mind. And you want to be able to feel as though that you want to give that presence, you want to give that time, you want to find that bond with your grandchildren. Some parents have fucked it up with their own children. This is the time of redemption to get it right and to be accountable. That's why I think my mom, as she said, and she knows it, she said it one day and I was so proud of her. She was like, I was mean, wasn't I, when y'all was growing up? Yes, bitch. You fucking fuck the wicked witch of the West. And I'm not even going to say you was Eveline. I think you was on your own wicked shit. And a factor of that is, yeah, we had bounced as far as within knocking heads. You know, I am a product of divorced parents. You know, I am the product of the child being in the middle and being pulled and basically, again, not, you know, giving that emotional, wasn't giving that emotional support. My dad wasn't a big person of a hugger. Neither was my mom. You know, so these are the things I lacked growing up, when it was more than ever, it was necessary. It was needed much more then, especially within molding me and helping me to understand. And, you know, that's what happens when children don't find or feel that energy. When they get older, you're going to be looking crazy because of the simple fact that you're going to be wondering, like, why she don't like to come around? Because you never gave her reason to want to. Why does my grandson don't call me? Why he don't make me no cards in school like he do out of that construction paper for the other one? Because he feels as there's no need for you to have one. You're going to have to understand, supporting your children means supporting them wholeheartedly, no matter what. Even if you think what they've done is a mistake, they're rushing through life. We don't care what you did, Carlisle. We just need to remember we're going to have to still lift them and hold them up. And they're going to get older. And what happens is they appreciate the fact of what you've done. and how you've helped them. And so therefore, with that being said, you need to remember that it is okay. It's okay to fix the mistakes from your past by, again, vicariously living through and wanting to do better through your grandchildren, but also by your children. Yeah. Yes, it's important. It is important. And also, just be there, and then sometimes maybe you want to see, as far as, especially with the other side, the other grandparents, is there something you guys can do and a support within for each other? Maybe something once a month. Maybe there's something you both can do as a bonding outing, as to not just one set of grandparents and the grandchild, but both sets of grandparents and the grandchild. And that's just basically providing more love than, taking and separating it. It's just showing this baby, we're here to love you up. We're here to be here for you. You can always count on us. Because, like Dionne Warwick, that's what friends are for. And just having an understanding and a respect base for each other, I think can go a long way, especially for the fact that as we are older and we are parents, we're more mature. We're not all about that fucking arguing life. We're not about trying to cause any type of commotion. We are basically the group of people now in this world who have turned into the big mamas, trying to keep family traditions alive, not trying to have confrontation with anybody, let alone because of the fact that there's one or several, depending on how many children, grandkids you have, that are involved, that's going to need us more than ever as this crazy ass world keeps turning. And as long as we're here and these changes keep arriving, they're going to need us. They're going to need us. And the millennials and the Gen Zers, you need us too. You need us Generation Xers. You need the baby boomer generation, because y'all are so fucking lost right now. Look at the shit that y'all display on daily. It's so heartbreaking. It's so heartbreaking. Now, yes, anybody can have a baby. Yes, it will change your life tremendously, but you're gonna have to put your big girl panties and big boy boots on, and you're gonna have to truck through this shit, because it is not the same world that we know it as, from us being children, from us being teenagers, from us coming into adulthood to bringing you into this world. So I just want you guys to know it is okay. We can get through, but we do have to make sure that we're communicating our intentions and we're living through our actions. And that's one to grow on. Yeah. I just want to say thank you all for tuning in. Hopefully you do enjoy the episode. Make sure that you like it, share it, comment, give me feedback. Again, don't forget to check out the YouTube live edition episode on my YouTube channel. Again, make sure you're following at K Rene Show. And until then, I will talk to you all later. Bye.